Hello, it's Barry again with Buy California Wines Direct. This session is about creating your winery store and beginning to create your wine listings. So let's get started. Once you are approved by us, you are provided with a link through the email and also from the original email from your registration. It'll take you to a login page, which will look very similar to this. We ask that you go ahead and you log in with your username and password, of course, that you originally registered with. And what you should get is you should take you to a page which looks very much like this. Starts you off in the Members Area tab up on top. Off to the left will have your name. It says Welcome Back, whatever your winery name is. And off to the right, it gives you an idea of what your balance is currently in your for your account. And if you're one of our initial members, of course, you don't have to worry about that balance because it should be credited with enough to last you for the first year, and then at the end of the first year we give you enough credit for one more year. And that's if you maintain your 10 listings. So we don't provide you that credit until you've created your first 10 listings. So it's very important that you immediately start off and open your wine store, which we'll do right now. And then after we open the wine store, then all we have to do is come up here to the Sell tab and start selling. So let's start with left-hand side down this left column. We'll give you a quick description. From right here on down, these are your selling controls right through here. Then it goes down to the winery store information. It's my winery store, or in your case, your winery store. And the account itself, which is the specific information to do with the personal information that you originally registered with, if that ever needs to be edited. And then manage the account. So we're going to do a few things. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to click Store Settings. And in Store Settings, we'd like you to enable your store right here next to Subscription Settings. And the basic store is 10 items, $20 a month, reoccurring every 30 days. Like we said, don't worry about the price right now because we're going to give you $240 a year of credit so you can have that store for a while. Go ahead and put in your winery name in here. In this case, I have one called Bear's Test Winery. That's for myself. We want to go ahead and enter your winery name. So if it's Tom's Hill Winery, then that's what it would look like. And a quick description of your winery. What we suggest is maybe copy and pasting some basic text off your web page. So basically it would say something like Tom's Hill Winery is located in Napa. On a fine hill where our grapes grow great. Okay, well, I'm just playing with you, but obviously you go ahead and put your store information in there that you'd like to express what your store is all about, or essentially is what your winery is all about. The next thing you do is we've put some information in here regarding my test winery. This is what's called store meta description. And in here, you can see what I've put in here. I put in Bear's Winery, Paso Robles, California, Paso Cab, Paso Robles Wines, Great CA Wines, Buy Wine Direct from Winery. You can put information in the store metadata description that relates to your winery specifically. So if it's Tom's Hill, you can put down Tom's Hill Winery again in here, comma, space. If you have a special, if you specialize in a Cabernet or a Bordeaux blend or whatever, you can go ahead and put that in here. You can say fine Napa Bordeaux blend, You can say Napa Cab, Napa Bordeaux, Napa Winery. The point is that the store meta description is used for search engines. And what we do is that we make sure that that store metadata is something that is broadcast with every one of your wine listings, so they become searchable through the internet. The next thing down, which by the way, you can leave this area totally blank if you want and not even worry about it, and everything will still be fine. We just suggest that it's just something you may want to do is put some information in there. Anyhow, so the next step down is to go ahead and find a image that you'd like to put up. In this case, I'm going to hit the delete button and get rid of this image of mine. But go ahead and hit the browse button and look through your computer and just find yourself an image that you want to use. I would hope that it would be something that would be relative to your winery, maybe the image that you would take off your website. And once you pick an image, go ahead and click it and let it upload. The limitations on the images is that they should be no more than 500 kilobytes in size. We will accept up to 1 megabyte maximum, but we ask that if you try to focus on 500 kilobyte, and we ask that it's no larger than 200 pixels resolution, and we'll hit proceed. It says, do you want to make the changes? You say yes. It tells you all that's been saved. If you go under winery stores now, the tab up on top, don't have any listings yet, so you'll appear near the bottom. You'll see your wine store. In this case, it's Bearer's Test Store because I just created it. And your image should be right here to the left of it. So the next step is to go ahead and hit the Sell tab. The Sell tab will open you up into a listing, wine listing. As you notice when I open this up, the title and the description pre-filled with some information. We suggest that all your winery listings actually start with the name of your winery. And what we'd like to do at this point is, before starting to create this listing, there's two things we need to do. The first is we'd like you to go to the pre-filled fields on the left-hand side, and this is where you put in your default. So if it's Tom's Hill Winery, Vineyard, whatever, and then the same thing on the description, and then maybe a little something about your winery, great grapes, great stuff, located at, that sort of thing. Because when you actually write your listing, it's nice to have some identical information appearing both in the title and the description, so people know which winery they're looking at when they're looking at a listing. One of the next defaulted things we're going to do has to do with your listing will default currently at a 40% discount for wholesalers. Now, you can change that on every listing, but all we do is that we just provide a number in here that's a discounted number. If you normally discount 30%, then go ahead and change it to 30%. And then further down the line, you'll probably notice you have a PayPal, Google Checkout, and personal check, personal or business check accepting. We suggest that you accept personal and business checks. You don't have to, especially if you don't have a PayPal or a Google account. If you don't want to accept personal checks and you don't have a PayPal or Google account, we recommend that you definitely open a PayPal account as soon as possible. We provide you the link for that on the right-hand top up here under Help, under your startup, your winery startup instructions. And all you have to do is just read through there, and we provide you a link straight to PayPal to open an account. The accounts cost nothing to open. They don't cost anything to maintain. The only cost for PayPal is a very tiny transaction fee, approximately 30 cents or so, and about 2.5% to 3% for charging when people use their credit cards. So it's actually pretty affordable. In any event, if the PayPal is not lit up here and you do have a PayPal account, what we ask is that you continue down, hit proceed, and finish this process. Once you're finished with that, we ask that you go down to your Manage Account button on the left-hand side down here and go all the way to the bottom of the page and enter your PayPal email information. So if it's Tom's Hill Winery, or maybe it's Tom at Tom's Hill, right? Winery.com. Okay. The reason why you need to have your email address in here is because your email address that you want to enter here has to do with your PayPal account. So if you open a PayPal account, you have to give them an email address that's associated with it. And this is where you'd want to put it. This way, your PayPal link in your listings will light up and you can actually choose it to accept PayPal for payment. And then go ahead and update that, and we're ready to move forward. So next we're going to go ahead and start using the Sell tab again. And you see now it enters with Tom's Hill Vineyard. And let's say the first thing we're going to do is an 06 cab. And let's start with one case. Okay, and the same thing down below that. And then right below that, maybe we'll say a little bit about the 06 cab. Our cab is a 100% Cabernet and is farmed, etc., etc., etc. Okay. So this is also where you put information regarding your tasting notes. So if you want to copy and paste your tasting notes right from a document that you have from your tasting room, you can do that. This is a good time to just pop in the information. Once you're done with the description for that listing, continue down to the main category. You only get one category even though it says main. Click the select button. It's a red wine. It opens up a new box. We'll select the Cabernet since that's what this is. The vintage, it's an 06, so we'll pick the vintage that covers 06. And then the size or the container type is one case or 12 bottles. And by just clicking those choices, your categories have all been selected for you. Once that's complete, you hit the next step. As you notice, we're in page 2, or the second process of the listing. Well, this is where we'll break off of this video. Go ahead and click the next video, which is creating your listings.